I was washing my hands at the hospital sink when I saw him in the reflection of the steel cabinet, Rashidi. The man I once called my husband. The man who walked out the night I told him I was pregnant. My breath caught. The water kept running. My fingers trembled. For a moment, all the memories I'd buried cracked open. The night rain slapped our windows as he packed his bags, the way he avoided my eyes when he said the child would ruin everything, the silence that followed, the silence that felt like punishment. And now, 16 months after he left, he stood behind me like a ghost that had finally found its way home. I wanted to run. I wanted to scream. I wanted to pretend I didn't feel my knees shaking. But instead, I slowly looked up at the mirror again and saw something that froze my heart completely. He was holding a small gift bag. Pink. With butterflies. My daughter loves butterflies. And he didn't even know she existed. At least, I thought he didn't. My voice broke as I whispered, "Why are you here, Rashidi?" He swallowed hard, eyes glossy. "I came, because I think I just found out the truth. And God forgive me, Yemesi, I think I made the biggest mistake of my life." The sink kept running. My heart kept breaking. And everything I thought I had survived began again. A voice shouted from outside, trembling with anger. "Yemesi, open this gate right now." My stomach dropped. I recognized the voice instantly. Rashidi. And he didn't sound like a man coming to apologize. My body froze. Rashidi's voice, angry, desperate, demanding. The man who once promised to love me was now shouting my name like I'd committed a crime. "Mrs. Bangura, lock the back door," I hissed. She moved like lightning, securing every entrance, but my heart still thumped like a war drum. I grabbed my wrapper and stepped closer to the gate, forcing myself to breathe. "Rashidi, what are you doing here?" My voice trembled, barely audible over the rain. "Open up, Yemesi. I know what your mother-in-law did," he shouted. He was soaked, muddy shoes, water dripping down his face. The anger in his eyes wasn't just frustration, it was betrayal, confusion, fear. I felt a wave of conflicting emotions. Relief. Anger. Fear. "What are you talking about?" I asked. "Stop lying," he yelled. I saw the message. "She's been playing with us, telling me my child might not be mine." The rain blurred my vision. I wanted to scream, to shake him, to throw him out, but the truth. I didn't know where the truth ended and lies began anymore. He took a step forward. Then suddenly, he froze. His eyes widened, staring behind me. I turned slowly. And my heart dropped. It wasn't the rain or the shadows, something else had entered the yard. When fear, lies, and misunderstandings collide, reality becomes a puzzle. How do you find clarity when even those you love are unsure of the truth? I spun around, heart hammering, and saw a tall figure lurking near the mango tree at the edge of the yard. Not Rashidi. Not Mrs. Bangura. Not anyone I knew. A chill ran down my spine. Who's there?" I whispered, my voice barely audible over the rain. The figure stepped forward slowly. A man. Wet from head to toe. Face hidden under a hood. Something about him felt deliberate, calculated, like he wasn't just passing by. Rashidi tensed behind me, eyes narrowing. "Stay back," he warned. But my legs wouldn't move. I couldn't tear my gaze away. Then the figure spoke, voice low, smooth, almost mocking. "Yemesi, you don't know the half of it." I swallowed, my throat dry. "What do you mean? Who are you?" He tilted his head slightly, the hood falling back enough for me to see sharp eyes that knew secrets about my life that I had never shared. "I know about the baby. I know about Rashidi. And I know about the choice you were never given." My stomach twisted painfully. A wave of nausea hit me. Before I could answer, he moved closer, and my words shifted with a single sentence. You've been living a lie, Yemesi, and time is almost up. Sometimes the people you fear most are the ones who reveal the truth you never wanted to face. Are you ready to confront it when it finally arrives? My legs gave way, and I sank to the wet ground, clutching my stomach as if it could somehow protect me from the storm outside and the storm inside. The man, this stranger, stood over me, voice sharp now. Do you know what your husband's family is planning? I shook my head, confusion and fear twisting together. What do you mean? Rashidi stepped closer, jaw tight. I told you, Yemesi. Your mother-in-law, she's never accepted the child. She's trying to control everything. Even the baby. The stranger's eyes glinted. Control is one thing, he said. Deception is another. You've been tricked, manipulated from the start. And if you don't act now, act. What do you mean? I asked, voice cracking. He knelt slightly to meet my eyes. By the time tomorrow comes, it might be too late to protect yourself or your baby. I shook my head in disbelief. No, this can't be happening. He stood up, rain dripping from his hood like a silent warning. Believe it. And prepare. Or everything you love will be gone. Rashidi grabbed my arm, urgency in his voice. Yemesi, we have to leave. Now. I glanced back toward the house, and realized the stranger had vanished. Like a shadow swallowed by the storm. When danger comes quietly, disguised as a warning, will you act immediately, or wait until it's too late? Rashidi grabbed my hand tightly, pulling me toward the back gate. Rain drenched our clothes, plastered hair to our faces, but we didn't care. Fear had sharpened every nerve in my body. Mrs. Bangura, stay here. I shouted as we slipped into the muddy path behind the house. She protested, but I couldn't stop now. Every second we lingered, the stranger's warning echoed louder in my mind. We ran through the puddles, Rashidi leading, my heart pounding in sync with each step. The wind whipped our faces, rain stinging my eyes, but I didn't slow. Not when someone, or something, was already trying to manipulate my life, my baby, my future. Where are we going? I gasped. To my uncle's house, he replied, his voice tense. He'll know what to do. I wanted to believe him. I had to. Halfway down the path, something caught my eye, movement among the banana trees. A figure. Watching. Waiting. I froze. Rashidi noticed and pulled me behind him. The figure stepped forward, familiar, horrifyingly so. Mama, it's your mother-in-law, Rashidi whispered. Her eyes glinted, wet hair plastered to her face, a twisted smile curling her lips. I warned you, Yemesi. You can't run from your destiny. Some dangers are closer than they appear, often hiding in the people you trust the least. How far would you go to protect yourself and your child? Mother-in-law's eyes burned into me like coals. Rain plastered her wrapper to her thin frame, but she didn't flinch. She wasn't here for mercy, only control. Yemesi, she spat, voice sharp as broken glass. You think you can keep what is mine? That child belongs to my family, not to your foolishness. Rashidi stepped in front of me, fist clenched. Stop, he shouted. She's your daughter, Yemesi. Not anyone else's. But mother-in-law only laughed, a hollow, terrifying sound that echoed in the stormy night. You think you can teach him loyalty? You think he won't listen to his mother? You have no idea how things work. I felt my stomach tighten, the baby inside me kicking wildly as if sensing the tension. I wanted to scream. To fight. To run. Rashidi grabbed my arm, dragging me toward the path leading away from her. Come on, he hissed. But she stepped forward again, blocking our way. Then, she reached into her wrapper. I thought she might strike us. I thought she might scream. But instead, she pulled something small and metallic from inside. A file folder. And inside it were papers with my name, my dates, and a note written in Rashidi's handwriting. I gasped. How? Her smile widened. You really didn't see this coming, did you? Some truths hide in plain sight until the moment they strike. When betrayal is so close, can trust ever be rebuilt? My hands shook as I stared at the folder mother-in-law held. Rashidi tried to snatch it from her, but she pulled back, laughing cruelly. This is yours. I whispered, barely able to breathe. I opened the folder with trembling fingers. Inside were hospital reports, test results, and handwritten notes in Rashidi's hand, notes I had never seen before. Dates, appointments, even statements implying that he had doubts about the child's paternity. No, I whispered, stomach twisting. This couldn't be real. I had been faithful. I had trusted him. Mother-in-law leaned closer, voice icy. See, I've been protecting my son's future. You could have ruined everything, Yemisi. Everything. Rashidi's face went pale, guilt written in every line. Yemisi. I didn't write those notes. I swear, he pleaded, reaching for my hand. But I pulled back. How could I trust him? The rain intensified, hammering down on us. Lightning split the sky, illuminating mother-in-law's face twisted with triumph. And then she whispered something I will never forget. You should have listened when I warned you. Now, it's your move, or lose everything forever. A scream of the wind carried her words into my soul. And in that instant, I realized. This night would change my life, and my baby's, forever. When deception surrounds the people you love, how do you know which choices will save you, and which will destroy you? The rain poured, soaking us to the bone, but I couldn't move. Mother-in-law's words echoed in my head, and Rashidi stood frozen, guilt and fear battling on his face. My heart pounded, not just from the storm, but from the realization that everything, my life, my child, my trust, was on the line. I looked at the folder. I looked at Rashidi. I looked at the woman who had tried to control my life. This ends tonight, I said, my voice firmer than I felt. I grabbed the folder, ripped it open, and threw the papers into the rain. The truth is mine, I shouted. The baby is mine. And no one, can take her from me. Mother-in-law stepped back, shock crossing her face. Rashidi blinked, stunned, and finally, he stepped forward, gently taking my hand. I'm sorry, Yemisi. I was blind. I won't make that mistake again. I'll be here. For you. For our daughter. I felt the baby kick, a small but powerful reminder of what mattered most. We didn't have answers for all the lies, all the doubts. But we had each other. And for the first time, I realized strength isn't just surviving betrayal, it's choosing love, even after it hurts. Life will test your trust, your courage, and your heart. But when you stand for what is right, even amidst lies and fear, can you finally find peace? The rain finally eased, leaving the earth smelling wet and raw. Rashidi and I stood at the gate, drenched, heart still pounding. The storm outside had passed, but inside me, the storm raged. For months, I had feared betrayal, lies, and abandonment. Tonight, I realized strength wasn't just surviving, strength was choosing what mattered most. I glanced down at my stomach. My daughter, tiny and unborn, had already taught me resilience, courage, and hope. Rashidi stepped closer, his eyes soft but earnest. Yemisi. I don't deserve your forgiveness yet, he said. But I promise, I'll earn it every day. I didn't answer immediately. Trust is a fragile thing. But I felt the warmth of his hand around mine, the first real promise I had had in over a year. Mrs. Bangura emerged from the house, rainwater dripping from her wrapper, and gave me a small, knowing nod. You did right, my daughter. You protected what matters. For the first time since this nightmare began, I let myself breathe. I didn't have all the answers. I didn't know the future. But I knew one thing: I would never let fear decide for me again. And in that quiet, wet night, I finally believed that love, real love, could survive even the harshest storms. When life tests your courage, will you protect what matters most, even if the world seems against you? Months passed. The tension, fear, and uncertainty slowly gave way to preparation. I spent my days resting, feeling my daughter move inside me, a gentle reminder that life always finds a way. Rashidi showed up at every appointment, quiet but present, learning to be a father before she was even born. The night of her birth, I was exhausted and terrified. Labor pains tore through me, raw and relentless. Rashidi held my hand, whispering encouragement, but I barely heard him over the rhythm of my own fear. Then, finally, a cry pierced the room. A sound so tiny, yet so powerful, it made the storm of the past months feel distant, almost unreal. She's here, the nurse said, handing me my daughter. I held her, feeling the weight and warmth of her tiny body against my chest. All the lies, betrayals, and fears of the past year collided into one overwhelming wave of relief, love, and protection. Rashidi knelt beside us, tears streaking his face. I'm sorry, Yemisi. I promise I'll do better, he whispered. I looked at him, at our child, and realized life could break you, test you, even betray you, but it could also heal, if you had courage and love. Even after betrayal and fear, new beginnings are possible. Will you let hope guide you when life finally offers a second chance? The first rays of sunlight filtered through the hospital window. I held my daughter, Adikonosh, against my chest, feeling her soft breathing and tiny heartbeat. The storm of the past year, the betrayal, the lies, the fear, felt like a distant memory, softened by the warmth of new life. Rashidi knelt beside me, nervous, yet determined. I know I don't deserve everything, Yemisi, he said softly. But I will be here. For her. For you. Every single day. I studied his face, seeing the remorse, the growth, the man who had once run from responsibility, now willing to embrace it fully. I realized then that courage wasn't just surviving the past, it was building a future, brick by brick, no matter how heavy the past had been. Mrs. Bangura peeked in with a gentle smile, her eyes reflecting pride and relief. Life has tested me in ways I never imagined. But I had chosen love over fear, hope over despair, and life over giving up. Holding Adikonosh, I whispered softly, we'll be okay. Together. And for the first time, I truly believed it. We were broken, yes, but also whole, because we had faced the storm, survived, and embraced the dawn. Life will challenge your trust, courage, and heart, but when you choose love and resilience, can you finally find peace and hope in the new dawn? Life will test your courage, trust, and resilience in ways you never expect. True strength is found not in avoiding storms, but in standing firm through them and protecting what truly matters. Even when betrayal and fear surround you, choosing love, hope, and responsibility can rebuild what was broken. Redemption and trust are earned through consistent action, patience, and care, not just words. In the end, when life offers a second chance, will you embrace it fully and protect what is most precious to you? The end. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the story, give us a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Hit the notification bell to stay updated. And check out our playlist for more. Your support means everything to us.